we know that Ballina then scores the highest and that everything gets compared to Ballina. So I'd like to know, how did the main towns in the southeast rate? I asked her to have a look at some of the towns here and see if any of them can meet that high standard Ballina has set.
Right, I'd be clear on that for up front. No, they're good. They're good places. I don't get down to the southeast much. I must go down. If Falch Ireland are listening, listen, fly me down there. I'll go around having a look in real life. Why not?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you a couple of things I picked up on from the towns, some of the good points, some of the weaker points. So we'll start off with Waterford. I thought there was great day out possibilities on the Cork Road. Very strong woodies. Very strong woodies, yeah. Getting great light into it as well. I'd say it's very airy feeling in there.
It's like a massive warehouse. Yeah.
Yeah, and if the woodies wasn't enough, then there's a cheeky little McDonald's, little shake dog. Is that still there? It is.
That is still there, yeah.
Yeah. So
there's a Supermax down the road from that too.
Oh, don't worry, we're getting to it. I'm going in chronological order down there. Okay. Extremely futuristic looking Iceland kind of caught me off guard. It looks like Area 51 down there.
I don't think anyone goes in there. I don't know.
Do they not?
Well, I think anyone who's gone in doesn't come out, Garron.
That's understandable looking at the place. That's the first place I'd be going down to. And then I said, a good, strong looking Supermax, very powerful looking Supermax, stands very tall. And you've the whole lot in there as well. We don't get, see here in Ballina, we don't have the fancy Supermax that makes the sandwiches and all that. So whenever I see one, I'm very excited. You've got super subs and everything in there.
I actually didn't know that.
Well, now you better go down.
I actually better go down. Okay, great.
Then some of the negatives. There were negatives. Only 2 littles. I thought for the population, not great. You could probably do with more littles. I thought the little on the Dunmore Road looked like the pyramids of Giza. And Liz Duggan, is it Liz Duggan Shopping Centre or Waterford Shopping Centre? I thought it was lovely looking. Is the paint job still the same? Because Google Maps isn't always up to date. Is it still white with the big red writing on it?
I'm not going to lie. Waterford Shopping Centre, Liz Duggan Shopping Centre is probably the least modern shopping centre in the town. I don't want to diss the area, but I'd say now it hasn't changed since the 1980s. It's the kind of place where light goes to die. Lovely people now. You'd be
always
with warmth as soon as you go in the door.
I particularly didn't like the paint job. I thought it kind of looked like an off-brand box of firelighters, but other than that, it looked very nice.
Just to clarify, we do have more than 2 littles, definitely.
I'd say so.
There's one in Ferrybank. There's one in. Pretty sure there's one in Ferrybank. There's one on the Dunmore Road. There's one on the Cork Road, and I think there might be 3. And there's or else
they're not putting them on the map. That's all I'm saying.
No. Okay, Waterford did well. Yeah.
Waterford's good, yeah. Wexford next. A lot of natural beauty, lovely historical sites there. A fine looking play zone. Google Maps actually lets you into the play zone. Looks class in there.
Okay.
One of the most blinged out Tesco's I've ever seen in my life. It's absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely lovely Tesco, and a fine opera house. So Wexford overall was very positive, I thought.
I think the opera house is the largest venue in the southeast, and they get some very good gigs there.
It's beautiful, and you can go into it on Google Maps and have a look around. It's lovely.
There's such a thing in Wexford too. Is it a risole? Have you ever heard of a risole?
I have not. What's that?
It's like a deep fried kind of potato and onion thing you get in a takeaway.
Right.
So you must pop down for one of those now. Yeah.
Wow. So
very, very, very tasty.
Nice sort of area cuisine. Okay. Yeah,
so any downsides to Wexford?
Not that popped out. There wasn't really anything special about any of the. Well, I mean, I can't really take anything away from it with the Tesco. So no, I really can't.
Okay.
Then Kilkenny, I had to look at next. Again, very beautiful place. Kilkenny Castle is absolutely class.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best castles I'd say that we have. Windows and everything. You could live in it like. We've 2 castles in Ballina. We've Bleak, and I'd probably qualify that little that we have as a castle as well. It's absolutely lovely, great stonework. There was nothing to write home about in Kilkenny in terms of Lidl's or Tesco's or anything. Nothing really stuck out to me.
This is a point of conjecture.
Right.
Kilkenny is the only county in the southeast that has no Tesco.
Yeah, seen that. All right. That I want. Now listen. Tesco has gone very dear. To be fair, so I can see why they might not want one. But yeah, you have to have it available.
There wouldn't be the same shopping standards so as in Ballina. Now it's quite cosmopolitan in Kilkenny. It's considered maybe the Galway of the southeast. You know, it's very artsy there.
It is. You can kind of see they think that about themselves, all right, even if you're looking around. But yeah, no, I thought Kilkenny was lovely now. I couldn't call it out for too much other than the fact that the shopping centres were nothing to write home about.
Okay.
And where else did I have a look at? Carlow. It was very exciting to look around Carlow because I haven't ever seen it in real life because it actually takes about 12 hours on the bus to get there from Mayo. So I'll never see it in person. Again, it has a castle. It's maybe not as inhabitable as the one in Kilkenny, but equally very nice. What else did I find? Yeah, if you actually zoom out on Carlow on Google Maps, they show you 3 primary locations that you can click into, right?
Okay.
That's Carlow Castle.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Carlow County Museum. I wanted to try and have a look in it, see was there anything cool in there. I couldn't, unfortunately, but I'd say it's lovely.
Okay.
Plenty of history in it. And the Lidl. So I was naturally enough expecting huge things. I was expecting huge things from this Lidl. And unfortunately, it's the most bog standard Lidl I've ever seen in my life. It was fine. So they have a fine Lidl and lovely castle. So and the streets of Carlow are lovely. I must go there one day if I have a lot of time.
I don't know. I'd say no if you were going to look, if you're going to make a trip to the southeast, I don't want to be dissing anywhere, but I don't know if I'd pick Carlow.
But not Carlow. Fair enough. I'll take your word for it.
I'm gonna get killed by Carlow.
It'd be easier for me to get to New York anyway, so it's probably not worth it.
Yeah.
And finally, Clonmel. Now, I did have a little look around Clonmel, but I'm not going to say too much about it because I have been being harassed by the people of Clonmel to make a TikTok about Clonmel for the last probably 2 months. So I'm going to be actually making one about it today.
Okay.
But again, it's a fine place. It's got one of the, I will say one thing, it's got the weirdest daybreak I've ever seen in my life. They've got a daybreak that looks like a round tower. And that was the most interesting thing that I picked up on while I was there. But I'll have more info on it this evening. I'll have to delve properly into my studies.
God, I'll have to find out now if there's kind of medieval snacks on offer in this daybreak or what.
Well, listen, it's got the look. So I play it up. You know,
there's a great shopping centre there now as well. Showgrounds. You'll have to take that.
I had a look at it, but I didn't kind of delve in. I just kind of had a quick breeze through Clonmel because the people at Clonmel now, they're very persistent. I will say they've been commenting on every TikTok I ever made, and even things completely unrelated to that, asking me to review Clonmel. So,
see if you can find another Area 51 base in Clonmel. So,
well, I'd say probably Clonmel is kind of like that in its entirety.
Is an off branch of the American Secret Service.
This is Beat.